Lesson 60, area of a parallelogram. So parallelograms have two pair of parallel sides. So if we were to draw two parallel lines, so these two lines are parallel, that's one pair, and then we draw another pair that intersect these lines, the figure that we get on the inside is called a parallelogram. So this little four-sided figure here that's all enclosed, that's called a parallelogram. The base length is the length between the two sets of parallel sides, and the height is the perpendicular distance from the top of the figure to the base. If we wanted to find the area of a parallelogram is just base times height. So in our equation, A stands for area, B stands for the length of the base, and H stands for the height. Remember that height is always measured at a 90-degree angles. If we take our base and our height from up above, we could say the base is perpendicular to the height. This little upside down capital T, that just means perpendicular. Well, perpendicular to. So the base is perpendicular to the height. So here's an example. We're going to draw a parallelogram. The base is 8. And we're going to call it 8 centimeters, and the height of the parallelogram is 5 centimeters. The slanty side is 6 centimeters. Now we know the other side will be 6 centimeters and the top will be 8 centimeters. If we wanted to find the area, so we're going to take the base length, which is 8 centimeters, times the height. Remember, the height needs to be the perpendicular distance. So I find the right angle and I say, oh, okay, so the height here is 5 centimeters. So we multiply 8 times 5 and we put centimeters squared. If I wanted to find the perimeter, I'm going to do 8 centimeters plus 8 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus one more 6 centimeters. So that's 16 plus 12, or 28 centimeters. Now we're going to do an example using a coordinate plane. So we have a parallelogram that has coordinates at A, 2, 1, B, 1, negative 1, C, negative 2, negative 1, and D, negative 1, 1. So we're going to graph on a coordinate plane that we just hand draw. The biggest X is at 2. The smallest x is at negative 2, the biggest y is at 1, and the smallest is at negative 1. So we can graph A at 2, 1, which means we go to the right 2 and up 1, call that A. B is at 1, negative 1. C is at negative 2, so we go to the left 2 and down 1. And D is negative 1, 1. We draw our parallelogram. What is the area? Well, our base goes from C, which is at negative 2, to B, which is at 1. And that's 3 units. 1, 2, 3. So the base is 3. Let's put over here B equals 3. And the height, it goes from negative 1 to 1. So the height is 2. perpendicular. Remember, it's got to be 2 units up. So the height is 2. So the area will be base times height, or 6 units squared. And that's the end of the lesson.